We are starting.
These are the tales and ramblings of two men, of their dream of running a successful food truck business and life. We invite you along to join Josh and Skippy on this journey. This is Monday Morning Food Truck.
Hi, Skippy. How are you?
Didn't hear that.
You didn't? Sorry. Better?
Yeah, there you go. Hey!
Sorry, I was trying to be sexy.
That's not working. No worry, folks. You didn't tune into the
Late night with Josh and Skippy. Keeping it real and smooth.
low and slow.
He's low, I'm slow.
Oh, well, I'm glad you said that.
Now there's a name for a show.
Oh, goodness. Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning. It's a beautiful Monday.
It's a fantastic Monday. It's
Another week
beautiful
without snow.
Or looks even to be rain, knock on wood.
We have Saturday, Sunday over here for us is about a 40% chance each day, but nothing major.
Yeah, I mean, it does look like that, but
Other than that, yeah, it's zero complaints. This will now mark, 13 days now in a row without any winter mix. So, go team.
woot, woot. That's all I got to say. Just woot, woot.
Much better for food trucking.
Absolutely.
Did you see my picture I sent you this morning?
You sent me a picture?
I did.
Oh,
Why
there
don't
it is.
you love me?
Probably time. Oh boy, yeah. Okay.
So that's that tire is about a year and a half old.
You got an axle problem.
No, I don't. I have a weight distribution problem.
Okay, then you got a weight distribution problem.
So, when Southern Dimensions, great company, solid trailers, when they build their trailers and you have all the equipment put on, they balance them for you to make sure everything's good. Which is great until you start moving shit around.
Oh boy.
So, my driver's side, or the non-service window side of our trailer, is heavier, quite a bit heavier than the other side. So, those two tires wear, as you can see, pretty quick and fairly unevenly. So,
Wow.
yeah, it's yeah.
Well, all you got to do is just flip the rim around and you're good, right?
Wear it down the other side.
Yeah, it's weird on the other side.
Or I drop it off at Discount Tire and it takes them 20 minutes to put a new one on. Yeah, I ran over there real quick before the show started, dropped it off, and I got a text saying it was done 5 minutes after I got back here.
So your Discount has 6-lug tires?
Yeah.
Or tires to fit those?
Yeah. Yeah, Goodyear makes a tire that they carry, so.
Yeah, that's what I have on mine, but
Yep.
mine are only, I think, 15-inch rims.
Oh, yeah, they did the other one on that side for me last year. Yeah, I noticed that earlier in the season, and it made me nervous every time we went down the highway, so.
Oh, yeah.
Luckily, we.
And for people who can't see this, you describe the picture. One side looks fine. Looks good. The outer side looks
not exactly fine.
It looks fair.
Yeah.
They're definitely down to the wear bars for sure.
Yeah, there is steel.
Yeah, the other one looks like a drag slick.
Yeah.
With maybe that's been in a small accident where there's steel. Yeah.
Yeah, you can see the steel bands in it. So yeah, but piece of cake, $260 and a new tire. So go team.
The only money they print every day.
Yep.
Speaking
and luckily
of money,
we have some coming in. So
speaking of money, how'd you do this week? You had some events, huh?
Let me pull up our number. I want to make sure I give you accurate assessments of our week.
You don't need to pull up a number.
Yeah, you know. I like it. It's a good number.
I hope we got some good stories too.
You know, I mean, it wasn't as good as we thought it was going to be, but we did 11.6.
Okay.
So not bad.
Yeah, I don't see any issues with that. That's for me. That'd be record breaking for absolutely for sure.
Well, we'll do that in a day next week. So.
Oh, you got Etna?
Yeah, the big one, the 500 person. I'm sorry, it is now 600 people.
Oh, of course it is.
Yeah, so let's. I'll get into my week. Yeah, we had. Let's see. That was Tuesday. We had the Holland Etna location, which we switched from truck service to buffet service, and it went flawlessly. They had bumped up the head count there by 60 people. We left with them probably 15 to 20 pounds of pork and probably 60 pieces of chicken, which is what they kind of wanted. They would rather have had food left.
More than,
yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
People got through quick. Yeah, it was good. So what she wanted to make sure that we had enough food for big people. So we're talking barbecue medium type eaters. We saw multiple people take 2 pork sandwiches and 2 pieces of chicken.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah. So
okay.
I mean, on a normal day, you figure a quarter pound per person. You know, everybody's taking a sandwich and a piece of chicken type of thing. So yeah, they wanted 230 pieces of chicken and enough pork for 230 people, which is great. We had the room. It was a nice ballet. However, next week on Wednesday, we have to do that same thing for 600 people.
Oh, wow.
Which space starts to become an issue. And, yeah. I probably will be up the night before, rotating chicken in and out. So, to get through the 600. It's a lot of chicken. Yeah, it's a lot of chicken. But, yeah, it all went off well. Wednesday, we had a location change last minute. We found out that the Kent County Jail, it was Nurses Week, so the medical staff was already having food brought in. And then apparently the Union for Corrections also was bringing in food for them. So 90% of the people we were there to serve were already going to have food brought in.
It's too bad they didn't use you to do the food.
I mean, it would have been handy. So yeah, so we ended up changing locations, which was fine. We went to our normal gas station location and had a really good lunch. I think it was probably our best one we've had there this year. So the weather is definitely starting to help. We did Brew Merchant, and we ended up selling out that day, largely because of our good lunch. But it was still a steady night there. So.
Yeah.
Good performance there by them. I think it was our busiest day we've had there since the first time we were there, when we had the newspaper article kind of pushing people that way. So that was good. We did have So on their patio, they have 2 other trailers. One's a tap trailer, and the other one is supposed to be a food truck at some point in time, I guess, for them. So we have to snug in pretty tight along the backside of their tap trailer. That's not being currently used, but it's there. So when we pull out, we have to be cautious of the tail end of our trailer swinging because there's not a lot of space. And it's never been a problem. For whatever reason, we had a hell of a time getting out of that spot last Wednesday. Like, it was 20 minutes of back and forth, kind of wiggling our way through. Ended up rubbing their trailer just a smidge.
Oh, boy.
It made a sound. There is no marks, as far as we could tell. But we sent our host a text message. Like, I was driving out of the parking lot still. Sent him a text message. Said, hey, here's what happened. Just in case some of the people that were on the patio happened to mention something to somebody. Said there's no marks, there's no damage. But I wanted to let you know. So, and that was it. No issues, and we're back there on Wednesday. So, I guess we could circle around back to that afterwards. Yeah, and then we were down at MEC, which was a slow lunch for us. I mean, it wasn't okay. It was still $1,000 lunch, but it was weird. We didn't see most of our town regulars that day, so I'm not sure if communication didn't get out through the town that we were there, or I did go back and check our ad, and Cassopolis, that town that we go to, wasn't on my cities because we don't put it on there for every week. So I just forgot to update the list of cities for the ad that we ran. Because it's so far outside of our normal service area that those people aren't going to come up for any of the other ones. But anyways, and then to the long-awaited, I know Bubba is anxious to hear how my yard sale day went.
Yeah. Yard sale.
Yard sale day. Oh boy, we did not have any idea what to expect.
Okay.
Dang it. Okay. We cooked pretty light. We did 3 average-ish pork butts. Did we 2 small briskets? So, not a huge amount. It was an acceptable amount if we were dead. That it was okay.
Yeah.
Because we were really banking on our Etna thing and then our Saturday event to kind of be the anchors of our week, and that's why we took a chance on this one. But it was steady. It was it was a steady day. We sold out at 5:00, I think, so 2 hours before the scheduled end time. We were actually only $100 less than what we had made at the previous week at Wiseman for the whole day. So,
well,
and if we would have had another brisket and some more mac and cheese, we would have been another $200 or $300 without a doubt.
That's good.
We definitely were turning people away. So we were done right about 5:00. So people were getting home and seeing the food truck still there and wanting to come and get dinner. So the majority of the people we served were not homeowners; they were yard sale patrons.
Patrons.
Yes. So, and it was crazy busy. So I had to pull in and then drive around the entire neighborhood with a trailer to get my window on the right side. And there was cars parked on both sides of the subdivision road. So you know how much space there is there. It's barely a legal road, I think. I mean, it's probably what, 2, maybe 3 car widths.
Yeah.
Those were. I mean, they're not a city road where you have space for cars to park on both sides.
Yeah.
So yeah, it took me about 20 minutes to drive through the neighborhood to get turned around to the right way because there were so many cars everywhere and people just wandered into the street. So yeah, that was overall it was a good day, and we would. The shitty part is one of our best neighborhoods. The one is our best neighborhood. Saw that we were there. Said, "Oh my gosh, we're having our neighborhood garage sales this weekend. You should have come here."
Yeah.
Yeah, no shit. Where were you a month ago?
Thanks for the heads up.
I said, okay, next year. But
have one next week. One next weekend too. For all the shit you don't sell now.
And then Saturday. So it was a Knights of Columbus fundraiser that another local barbecue truck had done the last 3 years. They had another event. There was a food truck. The first food truck rally, really, in Grand Rapids this year was taking place, and they got into that, so they were there. They recommended us to take their spot. They had, and they said averaged over the last 3 years, 200 transactions, figuring about 400 meals served.
So like 200 tickets?
Yes.
Okay.
It was at a church who was also having their own event and has every year, so they kind of coordinate the two. So a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
The organizers, the Knights of Columbus people said, don't worry about overcooking, cook extra brisket because we always run out of brisket. You saw the picture of my smoker. We did 8 pork butts, 6 briskets, We had enough probably for about 450 sandwiches or portions, plus some chicken. So yeah, we were loaded. We actually had Cambro sitting out on the patio.
Wow.
To hold everything. If nothing else, it was a good test run for the big food truck festivals we have coming up.
Yeah.
To be able to see if we can cook to an amount where we could be open for 8 hours at a food truck festival.
Yeah.
So
So the smoker held it.
how about that?
So obviously the smoker holds it.
Yeah. And everything, it took a little bit longer, but everything got done. Briskets always take a little bit longer when it's that full. Pork butts, for the most part, I think we had 2 that weren't done at the normal time. So, anyways, so we get there, and there's nothing in the parking lot. There's some cones and a couple 10 by 10 pop-up tents. Oh. We are the fundraiser. That's it.
Excuse me?
Yeah. They have nothing else. So there is no event. It's just us. Uh-huh. So the church has their thing going on behind the church. So they have bounce houses and live music behind the church, not where we're parked. Okay? So we start...
No, but okay, please. This sounds like my Saturday.
Yeah, I immediately am starting to get annoyed before we even start. Anyways, but yeah, we did the first couple hours. I mean, I think we did 1,800 in the first 2 hours of the 400 of the 4-hour event. But we were, I mean, really, I was planning on a $45,000 to $5,000 day is the food we had.
Yeah.
So it turns out, as we were there, and they had posted, so a couple of the Knights of Columbus are members of the church, which is how they get to use the parking lot. And they posted to the church bulletin. Apparently there were some comments from other people in the church about how they didn't think it was right, or it was shameful, I think is the word they used, to use a service outside of the church for food. Oh. So it turns out the food truck that was there the previous 3 years was also a member of the church. So in their eyes, they decided not to go with a church member and just use us instead, without the context of that truck being already booked.
Uh-huh.
And also why they were able to pull in so many people, because they're members of the church and they have the community already. Yeah. Mm-hmm. All in all, we did.
At the end of the day, you were snookered.
Oh yeah. So
I mean, still $2,000 a day. That's
$2,500. Yeah. At the end of the day, he's like, "So, I know I said we'd buy like what's left." He said, "Is it like a lot?" I was like, "Yeah, it's a lot." I said, "Don't worry about it. I'm not going to charge you street price for all of this, because we had two pans of brisket, probably 3 of the pork butts, 6 pans of mac and cheese, half pans, but yeah, I mean there was food for sure. So we ended up just giving it to them, for them to do whatever they needed to do with it. And
yeah, to the Knights or to the church?
To the Knights.
Well, you should have walked over to the church and gotten good graces with them.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, and then before we left, he said, "So would you be interested in doing another one in October?"
Nope.
I said, "Potentially, yes." I said, "We definitely will approach it far differently." I said, "We'll cook way less food. But yeah, keep us in mind. I mean, we'll promote it differently. We didn't do any extra promotion because we figured they were handling all of it and there would be something there to draw people in." So, but yeah, a $2,500 day, even with a 10% donation, is still a good day, as long as you cook the proper amount of food. But when you way overcook,
your donation should have been the food.
Well, and I told them to send me an address so I could send them a check for the donation part, and I haven't gotten one yet. So I don't know if maybe they're going to feel bad and they're just going to make a donation on their own to cover the food. But we'll see. It's all a write-off. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then, for Mother's Day, we were we were scheduled to be open for 3 hours. We were open for an hour and a half. I guess how many sandwiches I made in an hour and a half.
For Mother's Day?
Yep.
Well, I saw the sold out sign.
Mm-hmm.
25.
2. I didn't make the first sandwich until an hour in.
Oh.
It was...
You had a lot of loaded macs then, huh?
A lot of loadeds, everything, and a lot of 2 pounds and 4 large sides. And that's kind of how it was last year. It was people taking up food to go home for family style stuff. So, yeah, I mean, short, quick, easy. And I was home by 2:00. So,
kind of like you, short, quick, and easy.
Yep, that's me.
Wow.
There's my week. How did you do? Did you have fun at the bike rally?
To all of our biker friends out there.
Oh no! Hold on, let me find the mute button.
Y'all are the stingiest people I've ever seen in my life. It's not stingy. Is stingy the right word? Frugal? How about frugal?
Frugal's good.
How about cheap? How about cheap?
Cheap's offensive.
Inexpensive. Okay, so let's go with this. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday were all subdivisions.
Mm-hmm.
Tuesday and Wednesday were not sold out days, but they, by all means, should have been or could have been. We had very little left when we left. Thursday, I didn't realize that we were the first truck of the year in this sub. I got there at like 5 o'clock or 4:30. Set up, everything was ready, and it was a ghost town. I mean, there's nobody. Like, I don't even see cars driving through. 5:15, 20 people in line. And there's 2 benches. They brought their own liquor. I mean, they were just having a party in this little island of their little sub, right? And this little island holds 2 benches on a slab of concrete, a sign, and one of those little library box thingies.
Yep.
Donate a book, here you go, kind of thing. And it was also the day that my East Side helper called in sick because her son gave her some sort of disease or whatever. So I'm here just busting ass, just taking it, not being able to cross out things that I run out of. You know, I only go to subdivisions with not as much, and I sold out of just about everything. I sold out everything by 7 o'clock, and I was supposed to be there till 7:30. So it was like a $1,500 3-hour day. Like, okay, that works.
Nice. Yep.
Friday, the brewery that we went to, accidentally or inadvertently or purposely booked 3 barbecue trucks back to back to back. So Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So the beginning of the week, and I saw that, and I'm like, well, how can we try to make this better for everybody? So I reached out to one of the other trucks I know. I didn't know the other one. And I said, hey, why don't we do a little throwdown where whoever has the most votes of all 3 of us, the 2 with the least amount of votes donates $50 to the winner's charity. You know, little friendly competition, whatever. Mm-hmm. Guys like I'm in, the other guy said he was in, and then the brewery, I get why they did it this way, but I wish they would have done it differently. They were giving out punch cards where if you visited all 3 days and got it punched, A, that was your voting ticket, and B, you got a free pint. I go, okay. I mean, that's kind of cool. Mm-hmm. And they even labeled it they're the Bearded Lamb Brewery, but the Bearded Lamb Barbecue Jam. All right.
I like it.
Thursday guy did good. You know, we're there for like 3-4 hours. I think he did. Nick Lodato, Twisted Street. He's one of our listeners. He did pretty good. I basically sold out on my Friday. and the other guy said he sold out like an hour early. I'm like, oh well, he's got to have all the votes.
Mm-hmm.
So Sunday we're picking her brain on vote, or no, sorry, late Saturday night we're picking her brain on votes, and she was bartending at the time. She's like, hold on, I'm trying to count, and I guess the votes were myself and Twisted Street or Nick tied for most, and then the other guy came in one behind.
Wow.
I'm like, well, good. Everybody loved it. Everybody loved everything, so it's good. So at the end of the day, I think we're all just donating to our own charity just because it was so close. So I'm going to be donating $50 to the American Cancer Society in my wife's grandmother's name. She was taken from us from cancer.
Cancer sucks.
Cancer sucks. Now let's get to
for Scotty.
Damn Democrat. But it's doing a great job growing weed.
That's going to be the new barbecue thing. Everybody's going to retire from barbecue and start growing weed.
Exactly. Hey, make more money. Might pay more taxes though. So let's get to Saturday. I only told you one thing about Saturday. I didn't tell you the other thing. All right. So I was contacted a month ago from a biker pastor about coming downtown in Jackson, our town, and selling food at the Blessing of the Bikes. And it's a 4-hour thing, 10 to 2. I hope one of your dogs enjoyed the Pringle that you dropped on the floor and that you're giving him another one. So I got down there about 9:30 and I noticed something. Just like you said, there's nobody in this parking lot other than him and maybe a nice lady directing traffic with a little American flag thingamabobber, and another food truck, the hot dog truck and burger truck, Hot Rod's Food, which is like hot dogs, burgers. He goes by the nickname Junkyard because I guess he can fix anything from parts from a junkyard.
Oh.
Like he said, he built his food.
Dogs. Junkyard dogs.
We actually have a junkyard dog downtown. Anyway, I guess he built his food truck with parts from a junkyard. But anyway, so he, crazy dude. I guess he's been dead like twice in his life, and he's just living life at the best of his ability at the moment. Motorcycle guy told me some story about how he was driving 85 down the road, down a 55, and a car pulled out in front of him, just slammed the car, flew over like half a mile down the road, and 2 months later he took his first step and learned to walk again. Okay. Anyway, so Bubba had said, our loyal listener, to make sure I brought hot dogs. Because bikers might be the cheapest people that he knows. So I'm like, okay, well, they got the hot dog truck, so yeah. And then, and if he's listening, I'm going to apologize up front. We have a food truck here. It's a pink trailer. He colored it pink for his wife who passed away of breast cancer. All breast cancer patients, survivees, whatever, eat for free at his trailer. Okay, all the power to you. Please, for the love of all that is holy, have some pride in your work. If I showed you a picture of this trailer, you'd wonder how the heck it passed health inspection. I mean, I think I could see his feet through the holes in the side of the trailer. So he's pulling through, and his hitch on his truck has to be no more than 5 inches above the pavement. I mean, it looks like it's falling off. And okay, anyway, you're making money. Hopefully fix it, do something. So he has to turn around to get to where his serving windows are to back up behind me. So he decides to pull up onto the grass and turn his wheel both ways and just leave divots in the grass. Now,
what was the name? What was this food truck? Do you know?
K&D Southern Fixins.
K&D?
K&D. Again, nice fella. He had his 8-year-old son working with him that day.
Okay, we all
Anyway,
start from somewhere.
Of the 3 trucks, which do you think was the busiest?
His?
No, the hot dog guy.
Oh.
And I think it's mainly because he was an actual biker. But
Well, you should have bought yourself a leather vest. Gone all tough. Go Village People biker.
I should have threw a cut on. Anyway, so we did, in 4 hours, we did like $300. Okay. I had an event that afternoon. That leads me to problem number 2.
Okay.
We go to a local brewery that we haven't been to all year. This is our first time. We went there many times last year. Always did pretty decent. I had noticed that the social media manager didn't tag us. She always tags us like the day of the event, whatever. So I go back, and she tagged us back on Monday, and this is a Saturday event where they post their schedule. And I noticed, and I'm noticing that a lot of breweries now, distilleries, whatever, are starting to open up their own lunch or their own cafes, food trucks, whatever. I know you had that problem with Lost Art. So I looked at it, and it said, I think it was Katsu Pop-Up and PB&J's Barbecue. So I text her. I said, we're coming out today, right? She's like, yep. I said, okay, well, I'm just making sure. I saw that there was another food vendor there. She's like, yeah, that's our pop-up. I'm like, okay, so you're having 2 food vendors? Where they've never had 2 food vendors. Not even on a busy day they've ever had 2.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, well, yeah, but we're running low on our menu, so you probably won't have any competition. I saw so many red baskets, which is how they serve their food, out in their patio. We did about $600, $650, somewhere around there, in 5 hours from 3 to 8. The best thing I had all day, the best thing I had all day was there was a boba tea girl that did a pop-up too. And she did a strawberry lemonade boba tea with those little popping bubbles at the bottom.
I saw you post the picture.
Oh, dude, that was so good. Like, I was sitting there just slurping it. It was so good. That was the highlight of my day, was that boba tea. I threw away a half pan of pork and a half pan of brisket and half of a full pan of mac and cheese.
Well, that's not awful.
For me, that, remember we talked about risk and all that stuff.
Yeah.
For me, that hurts. That hurt right here, right there in my left breast.
If I'm down to a half pan of each, or a half of a half pan of each, at the end of the day, it's a good day for me.
Oh no, it was a full half pan. It was full.
Oh, I thought you meant it was a half of a pan.
No, a full pan, a full half pan of pork.
So a full brisket and a full pork butt.
Absolutely.
So $70.
Oh,
$60 brisket and a $15.
Still, it hurt.
Dude, I get it.
It hurt.
I threw away $200 in products on Saturday.
But it's like, okay, so now, and we'll lead this into an opinion thing. So this is the second time this year that this brewery has, lack of a better word, screwed me over, or at least not communicated well on what to expect. Because I probably wouldn't have made that extra pork butt or that extra brisket or whatever if I would have known there was another food vendor, whether it was theirs or not. It's different food.
Yeah.
I've got 4 more dates set with them. Maybe 5 more dates set. I almost don't want to go because I don't know what else. So the first time they messed with me was they double booked me with another vendor and chose that vendor over me. And then we have this one where I wasn't told there was another food vendor out. So it's like I almost don't want to go back. On a 5-hour Saturday where I should have made over $1,000, normally. When it was 70 degrees, nice breeze, I should have made more.
Right.
I don't know. It makes me not want to go back.
Well, I would reach out to them and see what their thoughts are, if they're going to continue to have their truck there on a regular basis. Then you can at least cook accordingly.
Yeah, but I don't want to go out there for 5 hours for $600.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I do have my first yard sale this week. That should be fun.
Only had one person ask why we didn't have hot dogs.
Oh, I get asked all the time. Do you have chicken tenders and fries? I'm like, do you see it on the menu?
We get fries a lot. Do you guys have fries?
But here's the thing: is you actually have the thing up top, the hood.
Yeah.
That could actually make it so you could have fries. I don't even have that.
No, I can't. You'd have to have a fryer in order to have fries.
You do have a fryer. You just don't use it.
There's no fryer in my trailer. Huh?
Did you finally take it out?
Yeah, I took it out.
Oh, I didn't know you took it out. It was there last time I was there.
It was there on Tuesday. It was not there on Wednesday.
Okay, so do we sell it or just take it out?
Just took it out. Part of that whole weight distribution, we're trying to help that a little bit. Plus, I have to replace my flexible propane hoses.
Okay.
Because they're the yellow. Right now, they're the yellow, like crinkle ones that are not technically up to code anymore. And my fire guy last year said we should replace them. They are
so your left side of your trailer is heavier than your right side?
Yeah, so the opposite of the service window, where I had the fryer, the refrigerator, the warming cabinet, the giant stove. Yeah, all the equipment's over there. The only thing that's on the other side that's heavy is the sandwich prep table. That steam table's super light, and it's just cabinet space. So,
Yep. That stove needs to go.
You want it?
No, I don't.
I'll take 6-burner commercial stove, propane, 200,000 total BTUs. Bought new for $1,900. It is in perfect working order. I will let it go for $1,500.
Never use the oven.
Yeah, the oven's never been used. Just the stovetop.
It's only been used, and the oven's only been used for pan storage.
Yeah. $1,500. Anybody wants it? Let me know. Yeah, because we'll do countertop across the whole thing. Actually, we'll probably put in the other warming cabinet that I have. We'll probably replace the heating element in it. Put that in there, and then do the rest as cabinet space with storage, and then do a tabletop, a countertop, single or a double burner.
Like a 2-burner stove, a little 2-burner cooktop.
Yeah. Because really, that's all we need. And it'll be way lighter and way more efficient. So, and then we can fit in the other warming cabinet, which there are days that we wish we had it. So,
yeah, it's only just going to be super hot in there.
Like it's not already.
Very true.
We've had the air on this last week.
Yeah, I definitely had the. If I didn't have on that day that my help called in sick, if I didn't have the air going, I would have died, because I think it was 85 degrees out. And yeah, I need to get an awning on my trailer though. Like I feel almost bad for the people that were standing out, like just waiting for me to get their food.
Yeah,
it's easy for me to do like a couple sandwiches by themselves, but when somebody comes in with an order for 17 people, I get a little backed up.
Yeah,
a little backed up. Anyway, I got a busy week this week. What do you got going on? You got that busy event. You're basically taking your whole week off for that event?
What busy event? The Etna?
Yeah.
That's next week, not this week.
Oh, sorry.
Nope, just our normal during the day look. I mean, yeah, it's a Tuesday through Friday is a normal week for us. Gas station and a Spectrum Health and a jail and some subdivisions at night.
You've got three 3 catering gigs. 2.
2.
3 catering gigs. 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 3 catering No, 3.
2.
I have 3.
Oh, you have 3. I thought you were talking about me. I was like, no, I have 2.
No.
Yeah, we started open houses this week, so.
Really? In May?
Huh? Yeah.
In May?
Yeah, full truck rentals. Unfortunately, I mean, fortunate that they were only half days. So one's 4 to 7, the other one was 12 to 3. But we couldn't fill the other half of the day. Like no one else wanted catering. So, but it's fine. I mean, we charge enough for that it'll be an average day. So we'll have an average day that's short. So
I got 8 pork butts on the cooker right now for tomorrow.
Nice.
Yeah, we're doing our pork and chicken menu tomorrow. We're doing a full menu on Wednesday, and then we're doing pulled pork and sides on Thursday. And then we have we're back in Brooklyn for a full day next Friday or this Friday, and then we have the first ever trip to Howell for a food truck rally.
Cool.
And then we have so basically Tuesday. I don't have a day off until next Tuesday.
Good.
Because I, for some reason, picked up a sub next Monday. Dumbass. So I had one thing on the agenda, if we ever have an agenda, which we never do.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of a interesting phrasing, but okay.
Well, So today I'm meeting with the owner of a coffee shop. Coffee shop approached me. They also own a farm. About supplying them product for them to make to sell at their establishment, like their little cafe. What do you think about that? What question should I ask?
They want to buy pork from you, then to resell at their spot.
Correct.
For why not? Why do you need to ask any questions? How is it different?
After I sell it to them, so I'll however I sell it to them, whether it be, vacuum sealed or whatever, or warmed, or after it leaves my hands and goes into them in exchange for money, however they do it does not concern me. Correct?
Nope. You are free and clear of any liability. As far as you're concerned, they're no different than any other customer.
Would you take it to them warm or cold?
Warm. 100%. Because keep in mind, Skippy, when you add something to your SOP, you have to tell them where you're getting it from, how it's being transferred, and all that. So Correct. If they write down that they're getting pork from PB&J's, and then the health department comes and asks you how you're cooling it, you say, nope, I'm not. I'm giving it to them warm. Cooling is their responsibility.
Gotcha. Okay.
In my opinion, that's how I would view it. So yeah, I would treat them no differently than any other customer. And what they want to do with that meat is up to them. I don't even care if they have my name on it. Saying, hey, we get our meat from.
Well, here's the other thing too: is they also have a farm, so they're talking about possibly giving me the meat to cook. That gets into the gray area. I mean, they're USDA; they'll process via USDA, but
right.
That was kind of the other thing is
I've had people offer that before for a wedding. Hey, if we provide the meat, can you do it for cheaper? I said no. I am not taking anything you hand me and cooking it and then serving it to you.
Yeah.
Because there is far too much that can go wrong.
So you'd be more apt to just say, hey, this is what I'm going to cook because I actually don't have the time to go get whatever meat they have.
Yeah.
It's easier for me to just do it when I'm already cooking something else. I already got to make one trip out there. It's only 20 minutes away, but.
Well, that's a short drive for you.
Was that a short joke? Sorry, you use the word short. I figured. All right. So I'm going out to meet them at 1, so we'll kind of see what they say. But I don't like the idea of cooking their stuff, because I have no control. I don't know. I mean, I can go out to the farm and see the pig that the butt's coming off of, but I don't. I don't want to take. I'd have to take the liability of where I got that meat from, and I don't know if I want to do that.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be a
All
hard
right.
pass for me on that. So, but
Good to know.
yeah, I would just find out how much they're looking to get, or if they want to make it like a regular thing, just find that out, and then you settle on a delivery date and an amount, and let them know that it's coming hot to them.
And it would be up to them on how they cool it and serve it and all that other junk.
Yep. I mean,
Yeah.
maybe. I mean, if they want to do it as a regular, like a weekly thing, that they're going to get like 5 pounds from me. I mean, maybe cut them a little bit of a deal on price.
Well, and that's. I mean, yeah. I mean, if I'm just doing it, I'd probably just sell it to them by the pound.
Yeah, but I mean, we're $16 a pound for pulled pork. You know,
Yeah.
so them
Yeah,
to turn
but
around
they-
and try to then sell it as a sandwich using our math, where their cost per sandwich for food cost is now $6. You know,
True.
so trying to make sure that you make some money and that they can make some money. It's kind of like, watching American Pickers. You can't
Yeah.
give them
It's got to be good for both people.
right. You can't charge them what it's worth,
Retail
because then there's
price.
no money left for them to make on it. So, I think you can price it accordingly to where you're still making money, they're making a little bit of money to where it's worth it for them to come back to you.
Yeah,
And
I agree.
there's my thing.
No, I agree with that. That's good. That's worth it. Yeah. I've already been to the store and already got a case of pork, and it's already on the smoker.
From Meyer,
No, why is Meyer on sale today?
$1.29.
Ugh.
Yeah, but gosh, I have had really hard time finding good pork butts there lately. They've all been pretty small.
I went to the good old Gordon's.
I need to take this phone call real quick. Hello, this is Josh.
Hey Josh, this is Sarah with the Grand Rapids Dog Business.
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm not doing great. I had a couple questions for you. So and this is completely my fault, but I didn't realize we had so much on Andy's plate for the week that the pups are supposed to come in. We have a bunch of extra 3-week dogs that are going home on several days throughout the week when your 2 pups are in.
Okay.
And I really don't want to take away from important training time for them. And really want to make sure that we give the best amount of attention.
Yeah, because they need it.
So I was curious if you guys would be
We
able
can't
to
listen.
work out a week
Josh said.
Yeah, sorry. Let me. So it'll be the 25th, and then the pickup date would be.
All right. Well, Josh is gone. How can I fill time? Because it definitely has to be edited. Oh, Meyer does have pork on sale for $1.29 a pound. Be good to know.
Yeah, that should work.
We need some people to follow our Facebook page or comment on our Facebook page on questions, things you guys would like to hear from us, things that really would be good topics for us to do. If you've had the same type of experiences with, community yard sales or bike rallies that I had and Josh had this week. Also, when does your catering pick up? Do you have specific requirements for your catering that you need to have met before you go out? I know there are some people out there that do, a minimum to bring your food truck or trailer out to an event. What's your minimum? Why do you charge that minimum? Do you have travel fees? Do you or by the mile? Do you like a la carte things where they buy whatever they want and you just provide it to them? When you do bring your trailer or truck there, how long are you typically there for? Do you charge extra? All these. I think I'll be the first to tell you, catering is not my forte. I'm always told, it's guaranteed money, but it's not. I don't find myself relatively good at catering. I almost prefer to vend because you make a specific amount of food, you sell out or you don't. When you go to a catering event, a wedding, an open house, whatever, when do you, how do you know exactly how much to cook? I always have problems with that. So if you have, a calculator that works good for you, please feel free to share it on our Facebook page. The other thing is when it comes to, setting up a buffet, when somebody says, 2 meats, 2 sides is, $15 a person or whatever. Are you doing it by a quarter pound? Are you doing it by, a third pound? I see a lot of catering menus say that a full pan will feed, 40 to 60 people. I assume those 40 are like football players and the 60 are like kids and church mice. But, is there a certain amount that you make sure you put per pan? And if it happens to be that the 40 people show up and those are the ones, there's so many catering events I've been to where I've seen, grandparents grab just plates of food and end up throwing half away because they don't eat it. Maybe how much is there a percentage that you overcook? Like tomorrow I'm doing a pork and chicken menu. I plan on doing 60% pork and 40% chicken because chicken just isn't as popular as pulled pork. So yeah, all those type of questions or answers or topics are really good because we're really going to get into our catering seasons. He might be back. Oh, he's back.
Sorry.
Hey.
Sorry about that.
Oh, there you are.
That was the doggy school, which they were supposed to go to on this Thursday for drop-off. So,
we're sending our children to daycare.
They needed to push them back another week, so they have a lot of dogs going in and out over the week that they're there. So they wanted to make sure they could provide them all the attention that they are going to need without the other distractions. So
Taco and Pebbles are going to school.
Yeah.
I was just I don't know if we're still recording or not, but
of course.
I was just talking about catering and being that we're we're getting into that season now. For people to drop us a line on Facebook about telling us, about minimums to bring the trailer out. How do you figure out the amount you're supposed to cook? Do you like catering? I'm not a big fan of it, but I do it because it's quote unquote guaranteed money.
I would do it every day.
See, I'm different. I don't know. I always have this fear that I'm going to run out of food. Like I'm not going to cook enough for some stupid reason.
So cook extra.
I get it, and that leads me to one of the things I said was, okay, if you're going to cook extra, how much extra do you cook? If it's 100, if you're supposed to be cooking for 100 people, you're going to cook for 120.
Yeah, 110 to somewhere in that vicinity, because I also charge more for catering.
Correct. So if it's a drop off, how are you going to make sure that you're going to be able to that extra is going to feed? Even the people that are there.
I don't manage the line when we stay. So if we have like a wedding where we're there on site, I'm not telling people to take less food.
So when you're out, you're out.
If that happens, it happens. I mean, we've only completely run out of food early once, and they had 50 extra people at their wedding.
So they were okay with it. I mean, it wasn't.
She told us at the beginning of the reception, she's like, these people weren't even invited. I said, I have enough food for 320, which their head count was 300. And
so 320 was what portion size?
A quarter pound.
So when you tell somebody that your full pan, let's just say your full pan feeds how many people?
I have no idea.
Oh.
I have
You don't
never
know.
portioned out because everyone's different. How many people does a brisket feed?
No,
It's the same question.
I know, but I've seen so many catering menus that say a full pan feeds 40 to 60 people.
No, because I don't sell by the pan.
You don't have like an a la carte thing where you drop off stuff and that's what you
Yes. But it's never listed as by the pan.
get? You're still doing it by the person.
Yes.
So every catering request you get, you sell to them by the person.
Yes.
Here's how many people you're going to have. Okay, so
Yep.
what are your
And then I let
What are
them
your-
know approximately the amount of food that they're going to get and how much what the serving size is that we recommend. That's all part of when we're talking through their menu and stuff. You know, so they're going to have 100 people and they say they want pork and brisket or whatever. I said, okay, do you want to ensure that everybody gets both? Or do you just want to make sure that you have enough food for 100 people? You know, where some people are going to take both, some people are going to take one. Maybe somebody doesn't take any and they go straight to the salad.
They just need to be disinvited from the party if that's the case.
So
okay,
we have those
I like
conversations, and then I let them know we figure a quarter pound per person of each protein. So if we have multiple proteins and we're going to figure everybody having both, we're going to figure on a half a pound of meat, of cooked processed meat per person, and we're going to bring that amount. That's why I like doing chicken pieces, is because I can just count out 100 chicken pieces and serve it.
Yeah, I mean, I've done quarters and just once they're done, I've split them.
Yeah.
So they get one quarter is 2 pieces.
And we've run out of sides before. Like we can't seem to get mashed potatoes right to save our lives. And then we had one wedding that apparently was half of Newego was invited to it. And the mac and cheese flew out of the effing window because everybody was making loaded mac and cheeses. It's like, stop it! Like a whole plate of mac and cheese and a little tiny scoop of pork on top. Like, Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
Well, I was saying while you were talking on the phone was, I've seen so many grandparents or old people take just plates of food, eat like a church mouse, and throw the rest away.
Yep.
And I hate that because it like if people wanted to come up for seconds, they could have totally eaten it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like I like the idea of what you said. Do you want to make sure everybody gets one of each, or just enough food? Because if it's like pork or chicken, chicken's not as popular as pork. I mean, I see chicken pieces being more popular than like pulled chicken or stuff like that.
Yeah, our chicken pieces always go off better than pulled chicken.
Yeah, it does for sure. Yeah, I've seen that.
So and then
So,
when we
tomorrow-
get to sides, so we usually figure. So we start with Bush's bean pot beans for our base.
Mm-hmm.
So when we're trying to figure out how many cans of beans we need for however many people, we look at the serving sizes, or the recommended serving sizes, which on all that stuff is an insane amount.
Yeah, it is.
So depending on how many sides we go, we adjust that accordingly. But we always cut it in half or double it at the get-go. Because no one's taking a full cup of beans and putting it on their plate.
They're taking a scoop, which is
Right.
not even a third of a cup. Maybe.
And then you get to okay, they've already had protein on their plate, and they're looking at the rest of the buffet with other sides, so the scoops start to get a little bit smaller. So yeah, it's we guess. It's all guess, And is it? Are you in an area where you have a lot of Dutch people where they're going to go super heavy on potatoes, or is it an area of people that?
Never thought about that.
We've had it happen, where it's just plates of potatoes and nothing else. So yeah, that one of the weddings we did, it was another like 250 people, and we had potatoes for 250 people. It lasted a half of the wedding. I'm like, I don't know what happened to all the potatoes. She's like, oh yeah,
So-
they're all Dutch. I was like, oh, okay.
So when you're serving from the window, do you limit? So you're giving them there's a menu, okay? Do you limit them to make sure that everybody gets what they want first, and if they want to come up for seconds, they can?
No,
Okay, so
because
if they're paying for,
if we're serving out of the window, it's the full menu. So let's say they want to do our full menu for 100 people. I'm not going to guarantee we're going to have 100 servings of loaded mac and cheese if everybody wants that.
No, you're
because I can't carry that. I'm not going to carry that much food because it's just silly.
Yeah.
So, and we let them know that. They're like, okay, but when we can do full service with the full menu, but we will run out of some items. It's just going to happen.
So, okay.
But we do scale back the portions a little bit.
You only serve from the window if it's your full menu.
Yeah.
You do not serve. So you don't. When you bring the barbecue truck to an event, it's 9 times out of 10 a buffet.
Yeah.
And the truck is there just for your convenience, kind of thing.
That's our support. That's our lifeline vehicle. It just takes too long. We've done it. We've done it a couple times where they wanted us to serve food like pork and chicken to whatever their 3 sides or whatever. Like we come ready for a buffet. They're like, "Oh, I thought you were going to serve it off the trailer." I'm like, all right, we'll give it a whirl, And it's just so. It's so clumsy with the plates going in and out. And then we had one person where they had plates on the table. So people were bringing plates up, handing them through the window. We're putting food on the plate and then back out. And it's just like...
No, I will never allow somebody to do that. I'll bring my own Chinette 3-compartment plates and here you go.
But yeah, it's not always Chinette. Sometimes they're doing fancy dinnerware.
Yeah, well, my Chinette plate can sit on top of their fancy dinnerware.
So yeah, we try not to do, that kind of thing out of the window.
So, which is interesting because all but 2 of the caterings I have are all being served out of the window. They're limited menus. There might be 4 sandwiches instead of 8 or something, but they're being served they're not served as a buffet. All right.
And, yeah, I mean.
Like the only way I do a buffet is if it's a drop off, and I don't bring the truck. I don't bring my trailer. I just.
So you haven't done a buffet for like 300 people?
No.
Or 200 people?
I've helped a friend do one for like 150. Where
you guys don't stay on site. You drop everything off and.
I drop and go. I'll stick around. I'll stick around for a minute. No, I'll actually put everything out on sternos.
Well, I know. So you're going to have like 2 pans of pork and 2 pans of whatever. Yeah. See, I don't like that. I'd rather have your one of each, and we'll swap pans out.
Yeah, but you don't charge extra to stay on site. You do it because you want to make sure everything's right.
Yeah.
So many other people charge extra to stay on site. I'll stay there for 15, 20 minutes, make sure everything is okay, answer any questions people have, whatever the case may be, but
nope.
After that, I'm done.
Our guideline is we stay on site. We will allow 1 pass through of everybody, and then we will wait 20 minutes, and then we start tearing stuff down. Because I want to make sure I get my chafing dishes back, because I might have something the next day. Because for like weddings and stuff, we use the nice ones. We don't use wire racks.
Yeah, all the drop-offs I use the disposal.
Yeah, anything drop-off, we will use wire racks, and if I don't get them back right away, it's not a big deal. But we have a nice set of chafing dishes for weddings and nicer events. So
I do too.
And those are typically the ones that we're staying on site for, not typically open houses.
And all the weddings I'm booked for this year, they all want to be served out of the truck.
Yeah, and we get it, and we have people ask us, and we let them know. We say, what kind of wedding are you having, or what kind of reception? Or is it laid back? Do you need everybody to eat in a 45-minute period of time?
Yeah.
If that's the case, and you have 100 people, this is not the way to go, because it's not going to happen. Because you're going to have people that are hemming and hawing. You're going to have people holding up the line. It's just such an inefficient way to serve a lot of people for that kind of event. But like an open house, it's perfect because you got 3 hours where people are just kind of coming and going, and everything's very relaxed. And and we had a wedding that was like that, where everybody was just drinking at the ceremony already. Yeah. And then it was 3 hours. They had 2 food trucks there, and people were just kind of coming up, and whenever they wanted food, they got food.
Yeah, those are the weddings I have. Is there's multiple food trucks there.
So but yeah, man, I'll do catering every day. I'll do it every chance I can get, because you always know what you're gonna have at the end of the day. It's guaranteed days, and the price is built in a way that you can you can cushion it so you aren't going to run out of food, or you're going to do everything you can to not run out of food. You know,
and still make a profit.
and still make a effing killing.
Yeah.
Because even if we are pulling the trailer out to a site for 3 hours, you know, and running the generator, whatever, it's a 3 hours. So you're looking at, I'm going to use 2 gallons of gas. Sure, there's wear and tear on the vehicle, but it's minimal for the most part, really.
You ever thought, ask a question. So you ever thought about having a smaller trailer just for maybe a warmer and a fridge?
Yeah, just, yeah. Hold on a second.
Because I thought about having just a smaller, like what we call a quote unquote event trailer, one that, you know, has all my catering stuff in there, that I could go, you know, be able to set up a buffet and everything real quick, and have a warmer in there, and have, you know, not have to worry about Cambros or whatever.
So, yeah. So our second trailer is going to be double service windows. We've kind of talked about that. I'm actually sending Southern Dimensions an email later today to start getting quotes and figure out how we can lay this thing out, how big this trailer actually has to be. And then the third trailer, which might come quickly, or first rather, would be like a Sweet Racks Express type of thing. So it's a smaller trailer. It will have a sandwich prep table in it still. So it'll have a refrigerator, or at least under counter refrigeration, a warming cabinet. It'll still have a space for a register. So yeah, we can use it to run out to these small catering things that are right at that level where it's big enough where we need to bring a trailer and hold hot food for a little while.
Yeah.
But not big enough that we need the big giant trailer. And then when we don't have that kind of stuff, I'd be okay with it just sitting at Dutton Marathon for the week, you know, and just being open there every day, and we just drop off food to it, take a couple pans of pork and a couple pans of mac and cheese, you know, and some cold sides, and, you know, one person sits there and just runs that trailer every day, you know, that kind of thing. So
Sweet Racks Empire.
Told you I need 4.
I know. And
right now it's looking like the first 3 are going to be barbecue. So
I like the idea of I've always had the idea of the small trailer, one that's, it doesn't even need to have a screened in window, just something big enough where people can just come up, serve right away, or have everything, all the catering stuff in there instead of having it in like a storage unit or something. You know, that would be my storage unit kind of thing.
So I have a question for you, Skippy.
Yes, sir.
So you said you had your helper bail on you, which was fortuitous, because I wanted to ask you this before we even started the show today. How busy do you have to be, or at what point are you going to hire somebody, like a legitimate hire?
I don't know. I don't. You know, the best answer I can give you is I don't know, and I'll tell you why I don't know. Realistically, the only reason can't say that. I've only really needed, after last year, I realized that there are some, when I do subdivisions, most of the time, I can do them myself. Because it's not 15 people in line, it's people just walking down the street, and they're coming up one by one. You know, it might be steady, but it's not slammed. This past one, I definitely could have needed somebody, but at the end of the day, it's my somebody's, all they do is they take payments. They don't really and yell out the window for food. Mm-hmm. It's not really anything. So that would have taken time off of whatever I'm doing. I'm still making the food or putting everything together. So could I got through the line a little bit quicker? Probably, because I wasn't doing both jobs. Festivals and stuff like that definitely need somebody. But it's like I don't want to hire somebody and guarantee them hours and not need them for a week or not need them for 2 weeks or, you know, whatever.
But you can advertise the job that way. I mean, some people are just looking for something to do, you know, where they don't necessarily need the money, but.
Yeah, there's a girl that I met at a pizza place that was closing down that Monday through Friday, she got a job working at a bank.
Yeah.
So if anything, she'd only need to work on Saturdays and Sundays if she wanted to do something. So I have her information. Um,
Yeah, I
my
mean,
my
or
broker,
you build up a pool of 5 people that they're all willing to work a day or two a
yeah,
month, even, and
my main helper has now adopted the phrase "you got to make it worth my while," and I I would I really want to adopt the phrase this or not a phrase, but I've adopted the attitude with her that this is worth your while, and if you don't think it is, then don't do it.
yeah,
I'm not here to help you. You're here to help me. I guess I'm probably trust is a big issue for me because I
yeah, and
can,
you've talked about that before.
and it's more of like I'm seeing my burger friend who just opened up a brick and mortar after being in business for a year, just churning through help, and it's like help is hard to find, and I don't know. I want to be the face. You and I have different models when it comes to like what we want to be for our business. Like I want to be the face of the business. I want everybody to see me. Where you want to be at one of these days, you want to be more laid back off the truck and sit back and collect checks.
Well, yeah, way down the road, but yeah, I want to be
Correct.
able
But
to.
I mean, at the
I
end,
want to be able to run my business, and grow
yes.
it. So,
And but I want to be the face. I always want to be there. And it's like a lot of people have got me thinking, what's my end game? And at this point, I don't know what my end game is. I don't know whether I'm going to be able to sell and retire or whatever the case may be. So I don't know, just things, just those type of things are what I'm actually now really thinking about hiring help and that.
so next question, and this is partly, really what got me thinking about like a Sweet Rex Express type trailer that could be run with a single person.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've noticed that Square has a customer facing order screen now. So a self-ordering screen. So they have a
Like a small kiosk kind of thing.
self-service kiosk. Yep,
Interesting.
yep. I it came through one of my emails and I saw it, but I didn't really dig into it. But I thought, well, shit, if I can, you put one of those on the outside of your trailer, and then the tickets are coming through, then you can still. For me, because of the background that I came from with McDonald's and quick service or quick casual type service, I've adopted that into the food truck. So it's all about getting through the line as quickly as possible and getting people fed as quickly as possible. So for me, yeah, I mean, we don't have a line of 15 people the whole time we're open, but we have lines of 5 people enough, and some of those people have large orders. So when you start doing, you get a large order, you get an $80 order in between all your other, $20 orders that are just a sandwich and a side and a drink or whatever.
Yeah.
It really friggin' slows things down. I mean, we had that the day that I worked by myself at the jail for lunch. We had someone come up and they said they had 3 orders, and the first one was like $70. The second one was like $60. It's like, Jesus Christ. Okay, well, sorry everybody else, but we're gonna have to wait while I do these $300 in orders that I have on the rail right now. And that for me, that hurts me personally. Because the line's not moving at all. No one's getting food. No one's having their order taken. It's just a complete standstill. And the time in line for me counts as my ticket time. It's not just the time that from we take the order to the time they get their food. It's that other time. And where we have less control is how many people are in line and how long they have to wait. But yeah. So I didn't know if you had seen that or if that would be an option for you to go that route maybe.
I mean, it's definitely possible. I don't know.
But then are you
It's
having a hard
interesting.
time trusting people to ring up their food right?
I mean, I've actually still had people. One person who's been doing it forever she tries to go so fast, and she'll accidentally click like the cash, and it's credit card. So we'll have to do a refund
Yeah.
for the cash just so she can do the credit card. And I'm like, don't go so fast. How about don't do it? How about don't finish ringing? When I do it, I never finish ringing stuff up, like until I give them the food, and like I press tender. Oops, I know they gave me money. like, it's like, and then she's the opposite. She's like just going through it to get the receipt before.
Well, your ticket, the ticket doesn't even print until you tender it. So
I know that's what she does. I don't know. That's weird.
So
I do want the register at some point. I still only use the terminal. I think the register would be a good addition. Just extra wires.
it's not too bad.
No, it's not.
And
It's just
use some.
I only have one window, so for me, I'd actually have to keep a window open because mine are slide and slide side to side, not up and down. So I don't know if I'll ever do that or if that'll be with the next trailer. I love the idea of the double windows that you had. Pick up and have everything just go down the aisle. Still learning.
Yeah, that's definitely something that is going to require a lot of thought on the next trailers, and it's just flow. It's all about flow, and right now the flow is not great. For those that haven't seen my trailer, so we have our service windows. So it's a big 6-foot window with 2 sliders on each side of that, and then it's a solid glass in the middle. And that's towards the trailer end of our truck. Mm-hmm. So when you walk up to the truck, you're ordering on the left window. So from us inside, as we're sliding food from the tongue of the trailer down towards the trailer, the handout window's right there, which is great. Unfortunately, our menu hangs next to the handout window, which then causes some problems with flow with the line that people are trying to read the menu from where they are. But those are things we're going to be able to get figured out. And we played with some different setups.
I'm on Southern Dimensions website.
Yeah.
Just looking at their trailers. And $120,000 for a 29-foot trailer.
Is that the gooseneck?
No. This is just a double axle. This is a 8.5 by 30. Or 8.5 by 28, plus a 4-foot tongue.
I wonder if that's the one they posted recently.
There's another 29-footer for 108. It looks like a lot of them are going to mini splits for air conditioning.
Yeah. Well, it's because the one just doesn't do anything. Yeah. Unless you're standing underneath it.
The 30-foot triaxle with 2 hoods is $118,000. That has the smallest window I've ever seen. Oh, there's the gooseneck, $175,000. Jeez, 48 foot. Imagine rolling up to that.
And that's kind of the idea for festivals and stuff, is that we have a bigger trailer for that.
I love how they say this one's a great deal. It's a 28-foot. Looks very similar to yours. It's got 2 ACs on top for $93,000, and it says "great deal" next to it. My next trailer, it'll probably still be a porch, but it's going to have the gull-wing door so I can enclose the porch part.
Yeah. So the 101,000. I just pulled up and looked at the other pictures. So that's a triple axle.
Yeah. Did you see Bubba's trailer walkthrough?
Yeah. So that's got. It's got the stereo package. It's got the boogie lights underneath. Commercial spray nozzle. It has a mop sink on the porch, which is freaking awesome.
Yeah.
And then 3 deep fryers with covers I never got a effing cover with mine.
I would write him a strongly worded letter.
12-inch burner hot plate, which is what I want. 36-inch gas griddle. Deck convection oven. Freezer, refrigerator, and a smoker. And then an 11,000 watt Kubota generator, which is probably a good portion of that cost.
Yeah, those are pretty expensive.
Wow. Also included a solar panel, wall-mounted hot water heater, 40-inch TV installed on the exterior drop box. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's you can get one of everything if you really wanted to.
And it has a bathroom in it too. So
yeah, I don't know how that works with the health department yet.
That's fine because on the ones that I've seen the walkthroughs of, the bathroom has its own entrance outside. You have to go outside the trailer, so it'd be fine as long as you have a proper spot to dump your black. Then you're good. But yeah, it's a nice. I mean,
yeah, Southern Dimensions definitely knows what they're doing. Yeah. Anyway, I don't know if I can afford it.
Sure, you can.
Our listener Bubba has a great one where he has he put in a pan wash sink, so he can wash all his pans in a rather large sink, which I thought was fantastic. It's actually so for 28. I thought this was a good deal for 28 foot with the smoker opening with a rotisserie smoker opening up to the inside of the cab. Was $105,000. So it's got an old hickory on the back that opens to the interior of the cab. It's kind of a smaller one, but whatever. Yeah. Anyway, and it does have this one has a bathroom too.
Yeah, I think a lot of their new ones do. Which is fine. I mean, not necessary. It's just another thing to have to frickin' maintain. So you're really not for anything I would need. I mean, any of the large festivals where we're at for a long period of time, we're going to have one. And the majority of our locations already have bathrooms on them, so. Which is why it's nice to have help every day, because you can go into the bathroom. Do you just put up like a back in 5 minutes sign or something?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, or pee before I go.
All right. Yeah, interesting. So yeah, hopefully it'll be a good conversation with them. Equipment in my double trailer will be pretty light. I mean, any of the new trailers we get will be pretty light. Because we've kind of figured things out now, so
yeah,
we know what we really need and what we don't need, and yeah, I mean, really, as long as I can get okayed by the health department to be able to do what you got okayed to do, and kind of cook on an outside smoker, as long as everything's going from the trailer to the smoker and then directly back to the trailer.
Yeah.
If I can get that approved in green lit, then yeah, we're good. I don't need a smoker on it. I don't need burners on there because I can just do mac and cheese for everything off of the one, for the most part.
Yeah.
So
that'll be good.
So yeah, that and then I wouldn't need a tall fridge because I don't need to store meat for the next day. We're not going to prep meat on that trailer. So really, it's just we're going to store hot, cook, prep meat, and prep food, and then go and sell the hell out of it. So see if we can't get to those $10,000 days that everybody's bragging about.
Right. What's the most you've ever done in a day?
Non-catering?
Yeah, non-catering.
I don't know.
Give or take.
Between 3 and 4.
Oh, I might have had you beat. 4260 was mine.
How do you pull that up? Can you run a thing?
No,
How do you
I
know
just
that?
remember it.
Oh.
I just remember it.
No, there's been so many busy days. It's hard to keep them all straight.
No, it was at one of our food truck festivals. I
Oh,
packed my
jeez.
warmer full of everything.
I wonder if I can. Let's see here.
It's the only time that I've ever. So typically, I don't really take care of all the meat, like either shred, pull, chop, whatever, until I actually get to the venue.
Yeah.
This one I actually did ahead of time,
Okay.
and I was able to lower, or decrease the space in between my warmer, or the pans and my warmer, so I could fit a lot of half pans in there.
Yep.
And I think we had 6 briskets and like 10 pork butts, and a whole lot of mac and cheese. A whole lot of mac and cheese. I find food truck festivals love their loaded mac and cheese,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, I'm gonna say we're probably our busiest just regular sales day was roughly 3,500, somewhere in that area.
it's good.
But we'll beat that this year.
Ooh, 102,000. It's got a little hickory on it. So that's a
Skippy's buying a
that's a double.
trailer.
No, it's a double CTO.
What the flippity flap?
And that's a big Cummins generator. Jeez. Yeah, I could deal with a double CTO. I'm kind of worried about a rotisserie going down the street.
With the racks swinging.
Yeah.
You know. Bubba doesn't cook going down the road.
Bubba doesn't have a rotisserie.
Why is this not fucking working?
He has a regular CTO.
Okay.
Huh. Yeah, so I think Josh is getting a new trailer. I'm not. And yeah,
Well, yeah, of course.
get a
I am.
pocket get a pocket door.
Yeah, for the. Yeah,
Yeah, get a pocket door.
I do like that. Why is this not working for me? Damn it.
I don't know. I don't even know what you're doing. You're
I was
supposed
trying to
entertain our guests.
save. I was trying to upload our schedule onto our website, and for some reason, it does not like it.
Do you? So you don't? Okay, let's talk about that real quick, and then we're gonna go.
Okay.
So my schedule is on my website because we linked my Google schedule to website. So then anything that you put in your Google schedule will automatically display to your website.
Yeah.
Do you do that?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I played around with it a little bit, and I didn't like the format. So
Yeah.
we post the same image that we post on Facebook onto our website.
Oh, I don't know how to do that.
Do what?
That.
Put an image on your website?
Yeah, my wife did that. She did my website.
Well, why don't you just have her make an update every week?
I don't, because she's got her own job to do. At the end of the day, damn, 102,000. I could get rid of half the stove, get rid of the fryer, get rid of at least one of the fridges. It's a nice one.
What?
I don't like that the warmer's all the way up front, though. Like way up front by the sinks.
Thank you. Yeah,
I wish I did have roof vents, though. I'm gonna get roof vents with little fans. Just like this one had a roof vent with a fan over the steam table. I thought that was a good idea.
yeah. We found out in a couple weeks if we made the finals for our Review Magazine's Best of the West. You never know. I'm not feeling awfully confident.
You should feel awful confident. You got good shit going.
Yeah, we won last year, but
What are those?
business cards
Oh.
with pictures of our food on the back.
So I ordered new business cards, and I put it had our Facebook QR code, but I added an Instagram QR code too.
If there's I told you about the QR place that we use. You can link them both to one QR code.
Oh.
So yeah, you go to the QR code and it takes you to this little website and it gives you the options to click through the links.
Oh.
Yep.
All right.
So ours goes to our website, Facebook, and Instagram.
Yeah, but then it gives people like a choice.
Yeah, I mean, why would you want to make it easy for them to follow you in multiple places?
Well, they can with 2 QR codes. I mean,
Duh.
at the end of the day.
All right, it's done. We're done. Put
Yeah,
a
we're
fork in
outta
this.
Yeah,
Skippy, you have a great day. I will try to do the same. I got cooking to do. You have cooking
Me
to do.
too. Get
Thank
after
you,
it.
everyone. We will be back here the same time and place next week. Thanks to all our listeners listening live. Make sure you follow us on all the Facebooks and Instagrams and such, and also your listening platform. Make sure you follow us there.
Wherever you find your favorite podcasts.
Yes. Thank you very much. You all have a good day. Peace out, everyone.
Recording stopped.
And we're still live for a second.